Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt. Just want to do a video today about program prerequisites. So these are the classes you need to complete either prior to applying to a program or sometimes they can be done concurrently. So every college could be a little bit different in this. So mine, because respiratory care is a lower enrollment, there's not like crazy waiting lists to get into it. They require all prereqs need to be completed prior to acceptance of the program or ability to even apply. So at my school, one of the things, and this is every health-related profession really at my school, has pretty much the same prereqs. The first one especially is Reading 112, which is a critical reading course. Has to be completed, or your assessment score, so like the score you first take when you apply to the college, needs to be a 95 or higher. You can take the reading assessment up to 3 times at my school, so I got a 99 on my reading assessment, so I don't need to take that. Math 97, which is intermediate algebra, so you have to complete that class with a C or better, or on your initial math assessment you had to at least place into college algebra, which is Math 151. I placed into Math 86. Now granted, this is back in 2004 when I first graduated high school and went to college, so math was not my strong suit. I have since completed as high as business calculus, so it's kind of an applied calculus course, so I'm covered there. It's way higher than college algebra. So Chem 130. Now at my college, this is just introductory chemistry, so it's basically the equivalent of high school chemistry. Now, just because you took it in high school doesn't mean you're exempt from taking this in college. You would either have to take it again, or there's actually an optional opt-out test you can take, and you have to score at least a 34 on that. Keep in mind that's not a 34%, just a 34 on whatever that scale happens to be. I took Chem 130 my first semester in college, so I'm covered there. Let's see, here's the doozies. Now here's the one that's kind of a big deal. You can take either what we call Bio 160, which is one class, and it's called Introduction to Anatomy Physiology. Or you can take the series of 3 courses, which is Bio 156, Bio 201, and Bio 202, which is Biology for Allied Health, A&P 1, A&P 2. That series of 3 classes is intense, and they normally have to be taken apart. Each one of those courses is a prerequisite for the next one. So 156 has to be completed before you can take 201, 201 before 202. Now, I've seen exceptions to that for a lot of the health-related people. So I imagine most colleges are willing to bend a little bit if that's the case. But if you were taking 201 and 202 at the same time, that would be brutal, because those classes go into a lot of detail within every single system of the human body. I know because I've taken 201 before, and 156, the introductory bio for allied health. The 156 wasn't bad. That was a pretty easy class, but 201, 202 are not a joke. So if you are taking a full-blown A&P class, or if it's a requirement for your program, like don't slack on that. It's pretty serious. It's pretty much all memorization for the bulk of what you're going to need to know to pass those. And there's usually practical exams on top of written exams, so don't slack. I was lucky enough that I was able to go back take Bio 160, which was intro A&P. I had an awesome teacher for that class, and wound up getting an A. So it doesn't go into as much detail, but it did cover all the systems in one semester. So and it did have test portions as well as practical portions. So it was still pretty intense, but not anywhere near as hard as the other ones. So if you have the option to take some a little lighter, definitely go for it. If you really want to know the ins and outs of everything in the human body, take the full-blown classes though. That'll suit you better. Bio 205. So at my school, that's microbiology. I had actually taken this when I was attending the University of Arizona. So I backwards transferred it to this junior college, Pima, in order to get the credit, so I had to take it again. At U of A, it was 2 parts, a lab and lecture were actually separate portions. Most junior college, community college, I find have just an integrated course where you do it all together, so you just have one class twice a week usually. Pretty fun. That's probably one of my favorite classes I've ever taken to date, was micro. So we had to take introduction to psychology, so Psych 101. It's kind of a staple of everyone's first semester of college if you need like a elective or something like that. Again, pretty interesting class. And then finally, writing 101 and 102, which of course are just basic college level writing courses. One focused more on compare and contrast type stuff. That was writing 101. 102 was more reflection. We read a lot more literature and then went back and reflected on stuff like that. So that's all of the program prerequisites for me. And so I'm just getting this stuff straight off my college's website. So there's also general education requirements. And so these are any requirements that may not be fulfilled by program prerequisites but are required by the institution in order to graduate. In this case, my respiratory care program covers everything except for a humanities or social science requirement. So the Psych 101 isn't enough to fulfill. You need one more 3-unit class. I took something called Western Civ 2 and 3. And so those are humanities courses. Western Civ 2 was kind of like Middle Ages literature and reflecting on that, and the Western Civ 3 was like 1600 to modern day art, literature, all that kind of stuff. The reason I took those, because they're not the easiest classes either, there's a lot of pretty time-consuming reading and research, was they also had some other requirements, humanities, intercultural studies, and things like that. They're kind of like little check boxes that you have to have if you intend to move on to a 4-year institution. So I had taken those way back. So I have those ready to go, and then if I ever do choose to pursue an advanced degree and do a bachelor's for respiratory care, I'm already ready, set to go with that. So that is all of my program prerequisites. So keep in mind, like for instance with math, I said when I first took that entrance exam back in 2004, I tested into Math 86, which was beginning algebra. So most colleges, at least mine, they buckled down on the ability to skip what you test into in terms of math. So again, if you get a cool advisor, maybe they'll hook you up. But if you're not prepared to jump into something as heavy as intermediate or college algebra, if you test it into something like beginning algebra, you definitely take the time. The classes, the programs will still be there, all said and done. So don't overburden yourself if you can avoid that, because it's real easy to get burned out really fast when you're trying to take classes that are really 2 or 3 levels above where you're at with your knowledge. So people have done it, but just be careful. Otherwise, guys, the rest of the program requirements, of course, the core classes, and so that's what I'm going to be starting in August. So I'm really excited. Time's ticking down, so it's just passing my time. I'll just keep making videos. Comment, like the video, subscribe, watch my other videos. I stress commenting because that's where I get a lot of inspiration for ideas to do new videos. So someone will ask a great question, I'll respond in the comments, but definitely some of them have inspired me to make future videos. So I will probably be doing a video on competitive programs versus non-competitive programs, what that means, and a really great comment I had. So luckily my wife went through the interview process of a competitive program. Ultimately she went through a non-competitive program, which I think worked out better for her in the end. So definitely I have kind of a unique perspective on that too, since I have someone who's been through a competitive program. So guys, thanks for watching as always. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.